Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Caritāmrta class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimrindasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Hriyam Dati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Nitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhashyartyade Shvatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing from Chaitanya Charitāmrta, Madhya Lila. We are on chapter 13, Lord's dancing at Rath Yatra. So far we have discussed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is dancing in front of Rath Yatra. So in the previous chapter, we heard the wonderful story of Gundicha Marjan. What are the lessons we can learn from that wonderful story? How we have to clean our heart of all the gross anarthas and the subtle anarthas, subtle conditionings. And then the Lord and all the devotees, they had wonderful pastime of taking prasad together. The next day morning was Netrotsav. After 15 days of Anvasar, where Lord was not giving darshan to anyone, all the devotees were really eager and excited to have darshan of the Lord. And everyone, Mahaprabhu took all the devotees to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. Generally, nobody is allowed to take darshan when the bhoga is being offered. So the place where the bhoga is offered, bhoga mandap, nobody is allowed there. And Mahaprabhu generally would follow the regulation. He would stand at Garuda Stambha and take darshan. But on this day of Netrotsav, because of such intense separation from Lord Jagannath, he could not stay. He entered Bhoga Mandap. And Kaviraj Goswami says he did Ullanghan, Maryada Ullanghan. And there Prabhupada writes about the Maryada. One should not come very close to the Lord and to the spiritual master. Otherwise, familiarity breeds contempt. So all the devotees and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were very, very happy and ecstatic taking darshan of Lord Jagannath. Next day morning, the Rath Yatra was, the day of Rath Yatra came. And Lord took all the devotees to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. As Mahaprabhu and all the devotees, they are walking, Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati, Swarup Damodar, and Govinda, Nityanand Prabhu, Advaitacharya, they all are there. And Prataprudra Maharaj, he takes the broom in his own hand and starts sweeping the road in front of Lord Jagannath. This attracts the attention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this one activity of sweeping the road in front of Lord Jagannath attracted the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's what we heard in the last class. And Mahaprabhu, he was attracted by the humble menial service of Prataprudra Maharaj. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he made 7 Sankirtan parties. And he made the leaders of all the Sankirtan parties. Very systematically, he organized the Sankirtan. In every Sankirtan group, there was a lead, there was a Kirtan leader, lead Kirtaniya, lead dancer, and 5 people assisting the lead Kirtan singer. And 2 Mridangas were there in every Kirtan group. And Mahaprabhu, he showed his Aishwarya Prakash. He simultaneously manifested himself in all the 7 Sankirtan parties. Nobody could see this. Apart from Prataprudra Maharaj and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Kaviraj Goswami says, Ara Eka Shakti Prabhu Gaur Prakash Eka Kale Sat Thain Gaur Vilas. He simultaneously manifested himself in 7 Sankirtan parties. Prataprudra Maharaj was astonished. When he saw this, he told Kashi Mishra what he was seeing. Kashi Mishra said, You are Bhagyavan. You are so fortunate that you are getting to see this. Nobody else could see this. Everybody was seeing Lord is only there in my Sankirtan party. But Prataprudra Maharaj could see this. So we discussed till verse number 60. Raja Ratucha Seva Dekhi Prabhu Ratushtaman Saita Prasada Paila Rahasya Darshan. Why Prataprudra Maharaj could see this beautiful secret darshan, which nobody else could see. Raja Ratushta Seva Dekhi. And Mahaprabhu saw the humble menial service of Prataprudra. He was very satisfied. Sakshat na de dekha paroksha te doya ke bujite pare Caitanya chandre maya. Although when he was asked, Mahaprabhu was asked, please give darshan to Prataprudra Maharaj. Prataprudra said, Mahaprabhu said, no, I can't give darshan. He is officially, he is a king. How can I give darshan to a king? And Sakshat na de dekha. He did not show himself, but parokshete daya. Indirectly, he gave mercy to Prataprudra Maharaj. Who can understand how Lord works in the life of a devotee? Ki bujite pare Caitanya chandre maya. Srila Prabhupada writes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to see the king, but indirectly by Lord's causeless mercy, the king was able to understand the mysterious activities of the Lord. So it is very, very important to understand. Many times we try to figure out things by our own intelligence. And we think this is the mercy of the Lord. What I feel is the mercy of the Lord. It should come in this way. But it is not like that. Krishna is supreme. Lord is supremely independent personality. How he will show mercy, only he knows. One thing is sure, he will show mercy. How he will show mercy, that is not sure. Sakshat na de dekha parokshate daya. Directly, we may feel that Lord is not showing mercy. I'm going through so many problems. I'm trying to serve Krishna's. I'm putting all my hard work, but still I'm not experiencing Krishna in my life. Directly, we may not see that Krishna is showing mercy on us, but parokshate daya. We have to learn to see the mercy of the Lord come in our life. How Lord shows mercy to a devotee. That is very, very important to understand. That requires mature, devoted consciousness. Otherwise, it is not so easy to understand how Lord is showing mercy. It is very subtle, intangible by our mundane consciousness. His adbhok shaja cannot be perceived by the senses. But one thing is sure, Lord will show mercy definitely. So there should be no doubt. Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada writes, Mahaprabhu's activities were sometimes exhibited to reveal him as a supreme Lord and sometimes to show him as a devotee. Both kinds of activities are mysterious and appreciated only by pure devotees. So we have to understand all of us have experienced the presence of Krishna in our lives at some point of time. In some instances, attending some festivals, going for some yatras, uh, taking prasad together, attending kirtans. Somewhere we have experienced Krishna. Sometimes the mercy comes directly, sometimes indirectly. To see mercy of the Lord everywhere requires a very, very mature, devoted consciousness. The more we are conscious of Krishna, the more we'll see the hand of Krishna everywhere. Paroksha, many times the Lord shows mercy indirectly, which we can't understand because we have our understanding of what is mercy, what mercy means. Mercy means all good things happen in my life. What I deserve, what I want should come to me. But we forget that Lord is omniscient. He knows everything. He knows what is best for us. So He plans our life which He thinks is the best. But when we pray to the Lord, we tell, oh my Lord, you are omnipotent, right? I have my plans ready. You have to just execute my plans because you are omnipotent. But we forget that Lord is omniscient also. Lord's plans are better than our plans. He plans to give mercy in different ways. And a devotee he learns the art of seeing the hand of Lord everywhere. And sometimes it is really inconceivable. We can't understand why Lord is doing what He's doing. In those situations, we should not try to judge the situation. We should not we should not use our logic. If things are inconceivable, rather than judging whether Lord is showing mercy or not, just focus on what we can do at that moment. That is more important. Because the Lord always walks in inconceivable ways. He has inconceivable ways to bring his devotee closer to him. We hear in the story of Narad Muni as a small boy, his mother she was the only one. He had no one else. And that too, he was a young boy, 5 years old boy. And his mother was killed, died by the biting of a snake. It is the greatest disaster which can happen in the life of any devotee. The only shelter that is also taken away. So ordinary person may think, why Lord is doing this to me? I am practicing Krishna consciousness and this was my only shelter. Why Lord allowed this to happen? But Bhagavatam describes what was the consciousness of Narad Muni. Narad Muni could understand that this is the mercy of the Lord. He could understand that there must be some plan of the Lord for me in this situation. That's why he left everything and went to the northern direction. Bhaktanam sham avipsitaha anugraham manyamana pratishtam dishavuttaram. Bhaktanam sham tada tada mishasya bhaktanam sham avipsitaha. Lord always desires good for his devotees. Bhaktanam sham. Therefore, anugraham manyamana. He considered it as extreme mercy. Pratishtam dishavuttaram. He went to the north direction. Srila Prabhupada writes in that purport, this is a way to drag a sincere soul towards Krishna. So many times things will be inconceivable. Things will not fit in our logical brain. Parokshate daya. It's the indirect mercy of the Lord. Just accept it. And then we'll see in due course of time how it was mercy. Currently, when we go through problems, we think, why so many problems? But Prataprudra Maharaj was thinking, why Lord is not giving darshan? Lord had a different plan. Lord wanted to increase the separation, increase the eagerness of Prataprudra Maharaj. Parokshate daya. Lord is expert in giving parokshate daya. So when Sarvam Bhattacharya and Kashi Mishra, they saw that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is really giving wonderful mercy to Prataprudra, they were really astonished. Because they really tried their, Sarvam Bhattacharya had tried his best, asking the Lord, please give him darshan, please give him darshan. And he was not allowing him to give darshan. Now he was astonished. So then Mahaprabhu had performed this pastime for some time, and then personally he sang also, and he told his associates, you all please dance. Sometimes Lord was in one form, sometimes he exhibited seven forms. All these wonderful things were happening. Lila Veshe Prabhur Nahi Nijanusandhan Ichha Jani Lila Shakti Kore Samadhan. So Mahaprabhu, in his ecstatic consciousness, emotion, he forgot himself. As he's performing all these wonderful pastimes, he forgot himself. But his Leela Shakti, his internal potency, she could understand what Lord wants in this situation. Lord has unlimited potencies. Parasya Shakti, Vividheva Shruyate, Swabhaviki, Jnana Balam Kriyacha. The Lord has unlimited potencies. Lord does not have to instruct also his potencies that you have to do this for me. Understanding the mood of the Lord, the potencies of the Lord, they start working. Srila Prabhupada writes, when Mahaprabhu danced, he forgot himself and was simply absorbed in ecstatic love, ecstatic bliss. And his internal potency arranged everything perfectly. This is the difference between spiritual potency and material potency. In this world, any big person, any powerful person, he may have many potencies, but he has to instruct the potency. He has to instruct his people that now you have to do this for me. But Prabhupada writes only after a great endeavor, after a great deal of explaining, then the things are done. But for Lord, it is not needed. Just by his desire. That's why Lord is called as Satya Sankalpa. Just by thinking, the Lord does everything. The energies of the Lord are always active, ready to serve the Lord. That is called as Satya Sankalpa. Prabhupada writes, by his will, things happen so nicely and perfectly that they appear to be carried out automatically. In this world, when something happens automatically, something happens very seamlessly, without any extra external endeavor, we may think that, oh, it is happening automatically, but no. Nothing happens automatically in this world. Srila Prabhupada writes, when the nature works so perfectly, the scientists, they feel that it is happening automatically. But it is not like that. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam hetunanena kaunteya jagadvi parivartate. Lord says this material nature is working under my direction. Lord is orchestrating all the wonderful things in this world. So the external energy of this world, Maya Shakti orchestrates the activities of this world under the direction of the Lord and the pastimes of the internal potency. The Lord in the spiritual world, in his pastimes, whatever is needed to be done is done by the internal potency of the lila Shakti. The lila Shakti acts. Ichha jani lila Shakti kare samadhan. पूर्वे ऐशे रासादि लीला कोइला वृंदावने अलौकिक लीला गौर कोइला क्षणे क्षणे. Just like the Lord performed wonderful Rasa Leela in Dwapar Yuga at Vrindavan. Similarly, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he performs beautiful, wonderful pastimes Alaukika lila, and these pastimes are uncommon. The pastimes of the Lord are full of astonishment. How Lord acts in this world, it is really astonishing, really bewildering for people to understand. Even the pastimes of Krishna were bewildering. Uddhav ji, he tells in the third canto, I'm really astonished by how Lord works in this world. Although he has nothing to do in this world, still he is working. Although fear personified fears him, but still he is running in fear of Jarasan. Although he is self-satisfied, he marries 16,000 queens. It is Atyanta Vidambana. Khityati dhir vidamiha. Even sober people are bewildered. How Lord is working like this? Kunti Maharani similarly says, how is this possible that Supreme Lord who is Madhvayat Vati Vatoyam Suryas Tapati Madhvayat Varshati Indro Dhati Agni Mrityushcharati Madhvayat. Kapila Dev tells that out of my fear sun is rising, out of my fear wind is blowing, the air is the Indra is showering rains, out of my fear death is coming. And then Lord is running in fear of Mother Yashoda, who is having a small stick in her hand. How is this possible? Gopyadade Dvaitritaagasidam tavat yate dashashukalilanjana sambhamaksham vaktram niniya bhayabhavanaya sitasya samam vimohayati bhirapi yadvibheti. She is remembering the Damodar Lila. How is that Krishna is running out of fear of Mother Yashoda? Bhirapiyat Vibeti, fear personified, fears him, and he is running out of fear of Mother Yashoda. How is this possible? It is very bewildering. So the pastimes of the Lord are all bewildering. Nobody can understand how Lord works in this world, what pastimes he performs. Mahaprabhu's Leela are equally bewildering. Although he appeared as a devotee, but he performed pastimes which are really astonishing. And a glimpse of the pastimes will be described in this chapter. How he danced. The ecstatic emotions which Mahaprabhu exhibited in Rath Yatra, dancing, it is unheard of. Nobody can even imitate those ecstatic symptoms. Generally, people they try to imitate these ecstatic symptoms. Swed, Kampa, Romanch, Ashru, Gadgad, Vaivarnya, Unmad, Vishad, Garbha, Harsha, Dainya. These are the symptoms which people try to imitate. Sweating, trembling, hair standing on end, tears coming out of eyes, faltering of the voice, changing of the skin color. Some can be imitated, some can't be imitated. And what pastimes, what symptoms Mahaprabhu exhibited, they are completely, out of anyone's capacity to imitate. It will be described in future verses what happens. So Mahaprabhu performs all alaukik lila, uncommon pastimes. Bhaktagana anubhave nahi janeyan, Shri Bhagavata Shastra taha te praman. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dancing before Rath Yatra, Bhaktagana Anubhave, it could be perceived only by his pure devotees. Not everyone could understand. Not everyone could see the Lord in seven Sankirtan parties. Only few could understand. Only Lord, when He shows mercy, we can understand how He is acting in our lives, how He is working in our life, how He is showing mercy. We need to pray to the Lord to reveal how He is working in my life. Otherwise, we may get bewildered. We may start thinking, I don't know whether Lord is working, whether He's showing some mercy to me or not. Lord is working in life of everyone. We need His mercy to see how He is working in my life. Athapi te deva padambujadvaya prasadaleshanugrihite vahi Janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno na chanye gopi chiram vichinvan. Only one who has received the drop of mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of Krishna, they can understand how Lord is working in their life. Everyone, they can't understand. Bhakta Gana Anubhave, only the devotees who have received mercy of the Lord, the pure devotees, the experienced devotees, they can understand. Nahi jane. Just like the description of Lord Krishna's pastimes, which are so very uncommon, they are found in scriptures. Srila Prabhupada writes, just like Krishna expanded himself in Rasa Lila, just like he expanded himself into 16,000 forms and married 16,000 queens simultaneously. Similarly, Lord expanded himself into 7 Sankirtan parties simultaneously. So externally, Prataprudra Maharaj was rejected by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but internally, he became the most confidential devotee of the Lord. Only he could see this very, very confidential pastime. He could see how Lord is dancing in 7 Sankirtan parties. That is extreme mercy. Sometimes we need interference of the devotees to understand what is mercy. Otherwise, we may be thinking that kripa kar rahe hain? Lord is not showing mercy, And this is mercy. Understand our fortune. To understand our fortune, also we need the help of devotees. To understand that this is mercy of the Lord, also understands we need the help of devotees. Just like in Bhagavatam, it is described in the 7th canto. After hearing the entire wonderful pastime of Narsingadev and Prahlad, Yudhishthir Maharaj started thinking, oh my God, just see, for one devotee, Lord appeared personally. Who is appearing for me? Nobody is appearing for me. I am so fallen. Haradmari tells, do you know how fortunate you are? This happens to Yudhishthir also. So it should not be very astonishing if it happens to people like us. Yudhishthir starts thinking, I am so unfortunate. Nobody is coming to save me. Nobody is appearing. Lord is not appearing for me. No, Narad Muni says, you are the most fortunate in the entire human society. Yuyam niloke batapuri bhaga lokam punana munayo viyanti. Yesham grihana vasatiti sakshat udam param brahma manushya lingam. You are the most fortunate in the entire human society because that Supreme Lord who is not even seen, whose tip of the toe is not seen by the greatest of the yogis, even if they do tapasya for thousands of years. Yesham grihana vasatiti sakshat, he's staying in your house. He's becoming your chariot driver. He's becoming your messenger. He's becoming your protector. Saratya parshada sevana sakya dautya virasananudavana stavana pranaman. He's doing everything for you. Gudam brahma manushya lingam. So it requires devotee association so that we can understand what is our fortune. So Prataprudra Maharaj, he could see this. And therefore, Sarvam Bhattacharya, Kashi Mishra, they are telling this is your fortune. Only you can see. Nobody else is able to see this. Hey Mata Mahaprabhu Kare Nritya Range Bhasaila Sabaloka Premera Tarange. In this way, Mahaprabhu is doing wonderful pastimes, wonderful dancing, drowning entire universe in ecstatic love of Krishna. So as all this is happening, Jagannath mounted on the chariot, he's traveling, he's going towards Gundicha, all the devotees are dancing in front. And now, Kaviraj Goswami says, now please hear the wonderful dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in front of Rath Yatra. So, what happens? What the description of Mahaprabhu's dancing is really unheard of. The ecstatic symptoms which the Lord is manifesting in this Rath Yatra is unheard of. And the Lord, as he is dancing, he is singing beautiful, beautiful prayers. And these prayers, they are very, very wonderful prayers. So Kaviraj Goswami continues. What all prayers Mahaprabhu is singing? The first and the very famous prayer Lord sings. So before that, Lord is performing kirtan. After all the kirtan singers and the lead dancers, they are dancing. Mahaprabhu wanted to dance. And when Mahaprabhu wanted to dance, all the groups combined together and Lord is in the middle. And all the devotees of the Lord, Kaviraj Goswami lists few names. Srivas, Ramai, Raghu, Govinda, Mukunda, Haridas, they all combined together. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desired to jump, because he is now in his own ecstatic symptoms. Before even going into that state of ecstatic symptom and jumping, he placed all the devotees in charge of Swarup Damodar Goswami, that you now take care of these kirtan people. So these devotees, Swarup Damodar Goswami is in charge of these devotees. They all sang along with the Lord as Mahaprabhu is singing beautiful prayers. Some are besides him, some are behind him. Some are chanting and singing along with him. And Mahaprabhu, he raised his face towards Lord Jagannath and he started singing beautiful prayers. Well, some of the famous prayers we have heard. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Very famous prayer to Krishna. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Krishna, who is worshipable. Namo Brahmanya, who is the worshipable deity of all the Brahminical culture. Go Brahmanya Hitayacha, he is the well-wisher of the cows and the Brahmanas. Jagad Hitaya, he is the well-wisher of entire human society, entire world. Jagad Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo. I offer my obeisances. This verse comes in Vishnu Puran. And two beautiful prayers Mahaprabhu is offering. Jayati Jayati Devo Devaki Nandano Sao Jayati Jayati Krishna Vishnivamsha Pradeepa Jayati Jayati Megha Shyamalam Komalanga Jayati Jayati Prithvi Bharanasho Mukunda. This is a beautiful prayer which appears in Mukundamala Stotra by Kulakshekar Maharaj. Jayati Jayati Devo Devaki Nandano So. All glories unto the Supreme Lord, who is the son of Mother Devaki. Jayati Jayati Krishni, Jayati Jayati Krishna, Vishnivamsha Pradeepa. All glories to Krishna, who is the light of the dynasty of Krishnis. Jayati 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 Megha Shyamala Komalango. All glories to Krishna, who is blackish in complexion like the rain clouds. Megha Shyamala Komalanga, who is beautiful, whose limbs are soft like lotus flower. Jayati Jayati Prithvi Bharanasho Mukunda. All glories to Krishna, who destroys the burden of Mother Earth. So that's how beautifully Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying Jagannath. Another prayer he offers from Srimad Bhagavatam. Jayati Jannivaso Devaki Janmavado Yadvar Parishat Swai Dorvirasyan Dharmam Sthirachara Vrijanigna Susmita Shri Mukhena Vrajapura Vanitanam Vardhayan Kamadevam. Jayati Jannivaso, may he be all glorious. Jayati, Jayati, all glories to Krishna. Devaki Janmavado. He is the Supreme Lord who is Jananivas. Jananivas means he is the ultimate resort of all the living entities. All the living entities actually take resort in Krishna. Krishna is the ultimate shelter of entire universe. Vasudeva, he is the source of everything. He is the shelter of everything. Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramaka, Vasudeva Param Dharma. Everything comes from Krishna. He is a Jananivas. He is a shelter. Jayati Jannivaso Devaki Janmavado. And he is also known as the son of Devaki, son of Yashoda. Yaduvar Parisatsvai Dorvinasyanna Dharmam. He is the Yaduvar Parishat. He is the guide of all the Yadu dynasty. He protects the Yadu dynasty with his two strong arms. All the inauspicious things are killed by Krishna. Anyone attacks Dwarka, Mathura, destroyed by Krishna. Jarasandh, Kalayavan, they are protected. Vrishni dynasty is protected by Krishna. Yaduvara Parishat Swai Dorvirasyanna Dharma Sthirachara Vrijinigna Sri Susmita Sri Mukhena Sthirachara. By his presence, he destroys inauspiciousness for everyone, not just for living beings, not just for human beings, but for everyone. He destroys inauspiciousness for everyone. That is the glory of Krishna. Nothing inauspicious remains in presence of Krishna. He is all auspicious. The pastimes of Krishna are all auspicious. In fact, that's the only auspicious thing in this entire universe. Everything else is like Mandanam Lokaranjanam. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastra Japa Tapa Apranasya Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. Apart from worship of Krishna, apart from glorification of Krishna, everything else is like decoration of a dead body. Nothing inauspiciousness remains wherever the pastimes of Krishna are described. Yasyakilami bhave sumangalai vacho vimshra gunakarma janmapi prananti shumbanti punanti vaichagat yastad virakta shavashobhanamati. Yasya akhila amiva. Amiva means all inauspiciousness. All the sins. Habi gets destroyed. Sumangalai, all inauspiciousness is created. When? Vacho vimshra gunakarma janmati. The words which are mixed with the pastimes and the wonderful names of Krishna, they purify. They create auspiciousness. They give life. They animate. They purify. Prananti, shumbhanti, punanti. Yasta, virakta, shavashobhanamati. Apart from this, everything else is decoration of a dead body. Sthira, chara, vrijignignha. He destroys the inauspiciousness amongst everyone. Srimukha susmitena. And by his beautiful smiling face, what he is doing? Vrajapur vanitanam vardhayan kamadevam. He increases the desires of all the gopis of Vrindavan. He increases the desire to serve. So all these wonderful prayers Mahaprabhu is offering. One more beautiful prayer he offers, which we hear since the beginning of our Krishna consciousness. Our position. What is our position? Naham vipro na chanarpati napi vaishyo na shudro naham varni na chagrihpati na vanasto yatirva hinto prodhyana nikhila paramananda purnamritabdhe gopi bhartu padagmalayor dasa dasa anudasaha. I am not a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Grahastha, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanprastha, Sannyasi. I am none of that. Who am I? Into Prodhyana, the Supreme Lord, who is like an ocean of nectar. Nikhila Purnamritabdir. Into Prodhyana Nikhila Paramananda. He is always existing in brilliance. He is ocean of bliss. He is like an ocean of nectar. I am servant of the servant of the servant of the gopis who are serving Krishna. Gopi Bhartu. Who is Krishna? Who is the master of the gopis? And I am servant of the servant of the servant of the gopis. That is our actual position. Dasa, Dasa, Anudasa. This is a prayer written in Padyavali by Srila Rupa Goswami. And this defines our constitutional position. Jivera Swarupa Hoye Krishnera Nityadas, not just Krishnera Das. This goes to the next level. Dasa, Dasa, Anudasa. Because that's what Krishna likes. If somebody tells I'm devotee of Krishna, Krishna doesn't accept this. He doesn't accept that person as a devotee. ये मे भक्त जना पार्था न मे भक्ताश्रते जना मद भक्तानाम च ये भक्ता ते मे भक्त तमामता. Krishna is himself telling if somebody tells he is my devotee, he is not my devotee. Then who is your devotee? Mad bhaktanam च ये भक्ता. Person who is devotee of my devotee is actually my devotee. So as he is reciting all these beautiful verses, he is in ecstasy, he is dancing, and after reciting, he again offered his obeisances. And then Lord started dancing. While he is dancing, he would sometimes jump very high. And sometimes he would roar like a thunder. Sometimes he would move in circles like a firebrand. You must have seen in the circus, people they move the fire. They have fire at the two ends of a stick, and if you move it fast, it looks like a circle of fire is there. So the Lord, he is like fire, golden complexion. And when he is moving in circles, he is moving so fast in circle, it appears that a fireball is moving. So that's how he's dancing. And sometimes he would jump and he would step on the ground. It would feel as if the entire earth is tilting in that direction. It is inconceivable. And the Lord manifested all the transcendental ecstatic symptoms. Shved, Stambha, Sweda, Pulak, Ashru, Kampa, Varnya, Nana Bhave, Vashata, Garbha, Harsha, Dainya. Stambha, sometimes he would appear stunned in ecstasy. He would not move at all. Sometimes his entire body would start perspiring. Kampa, Stambha, Sweda. Hairs would stand on end. And Kaviraj Goswami would give an example how he would look in future verses. Stambha, Sweda, Pulaka, Ashru. Tears were coming out. How? He will describe. Sometimes his color would change. Sometimes he would feel ultimate humility. Sometimes he would be joyful. In this way, sometimes he would feel helpless. Lord is not appearing in front of me. All these symptoms would manifest. Achada khaiya pade bhumi godiyaye suvarna parvat jaiche bhume te lotaye. When Mahaprabhu would jump and he would fall on the ground, it would appear as if a golden mountain is striking the Mother Earth. And he appeared as if, and he would roll on the ground also. Golden mountain is rolling, it would seem like that. And Nityanand Prabhu, he was always surrounding him with his hands stretched to catch the Lord whenever he falls. Advaitacharya and all the other devotees, they would walk behind him and they would keep on singing Hari Bol, Hari Bol. all very happy, ecstatic. And it was wonderful how the devotees were protective. They would form three circles around Mahaprabhu, three concentric circles. And sometimes it happens in the kirtans when some senior devotees or some sannyasis are dancing, they form a circle around him so that the other devotees they should not push and the sannyasis and senior devotees can dance properly, nicely. They would form three circles, triple protection. So in the first circle, the innermost circle, Nityanand Prabhu was there along with some devotees. They would be standing hand in hands. Nityanand is Balaram, the greatest powerful personality. He would be there. And then next circle is Kashishwar and Govinda. And all the other devotees, headed by Kashishwar and Govinda. They would be standing. And the last circle is interesting. Guess who must be there in the last circle? Prataprudra Maharaj. Prataprudra Maharaj is there along with his assistants. They would form the third circle. So it is so very wonderful. The personality who is not given darshan at all, now he is getting all the darshan. So Prataprudra Maharaj is in the outer circle, inner circle Kashishwara, Govinda, innermost circle Nityanand Prabhu and his devotees. So in the second circle, along with Kashishwar and Govinda, Srivas Thakur was there. He was also standing and he was absorbed seeing Mahaprabhu dancing. Who would not see this wonderful dancing? And now something very interesting is going to happen. So Prataprudra Maharaj is there. His assistant Harichandan is there. Sarvam Bhattach and Prataprudra Maharaj is absorbed looking at the beauty of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he's dancing. He has put his hand on the shoulders of Harichandan and absorbed. So Harichandan is the assistant of Prataprudra Maharaj. Right in front of Prataprudra Maharaj is Srivas Thakur. And he is also standing, beholding the wonderful dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, absorbed, not realizing anyone behind or besides him. Rajar aage Harichandan dekhe Srinivas, haste tare sparshi kahe hao ek pash. So now it is the duty of the assistant of the king to make sure that the king gets good darshan. So Harichandan, what he did, just touched Srivas Thakur and told, can you please move aside? A bit move aside so that Prataprudra can, Lord Maharaj can take darshan properly. But Srivas Thakur, he was absorbed seeing darshan of Mahaprabhu dancing. Nritya Veshe Srinivasa Kichui na jani, bar bar thilete ho krodha hoila mani. Srivas Thakur is so absorbed in taking darshan of Mahaprabhu, he's not understanding why this person is pushing me again. He's not understanding that Prataprudra Maharaj is standing, he wants to take darshan. He's absorbed. And Srivas Thakur becomes angry. He says, why? He's thinking, why is it troubling me? He turns around, Jhapad Mariya Tare Koila Nivaran, Jhapad Khaya Shudkrutta Hoila Harichandan. He slapped Harichandan. So, this is how Srivas Thakur is an intimate associate of the Lord. Jhapad Mariya Tare Koila Nivaran. Nivaran kar diya usko. He stopped him from pushing by slapping him. And Jhapad Khaya Krutta Hoila Harichandan. And Krutta Hoila, he became very angry. Harichandan, how he can slap me? And as he was about to speak, Harichandan was about to retaliate and speak something. Prataprudra Maharaj was very conscious, very alert what is happening. He stopped. And you know what Prataprudra Maharaj says? It is really wonderful. Little funny, but really wonderful. He says, भाग्यवान तुम्हार हस्त स्पर्श होइला, हमारा भाग्य नाही तुम्ही कृतार्थ होइला. अरे यू आर भाग्यवान, हस्त स्पर्श हो गया आपको. You are touched by the Srivas Thakur. I am not so fortunate. हमारे भाग्य नहीं तुम्ही कृतार्थ होइला. अरे you are blessed. You know, these are the inconceivable pastimes happening between the Lord and his devotees, how devotees they behave in certain ways, in certain conditions. See, Bhagavatam gives the principles. Chaitanya Charitāmrita gives examples, illustrating those principles. Whatever situation a devotee may be, however a devotee may behave, should understand the position of that devotee and behave accordingly. Prataprudra Maharaj would understand who is Srivas Thakur. He is an intimate associate of the Lord. Bhagyavan tumi ihara hastasparsho vila. Yesham samsmaranat pumsam sadyo shuddhanti vaigrihat. Kim punardarshan sparsha padashosha sanadibi. Parikshit Maharaj is telling about Parikshit Shukdev Goswami. Just by remembering devotees like you, one gets purified. Yesham samsmarana satyo shuddhanti vaigrihan. A person gets purified along with the entire home. Not just by remembering a pure devotee of the Lord, not to speak of. Kim punar darshan sparsha padashoshasanadivi. If somebody gets a chance to have darshan of the devotee, touch the feet of the devotee, wash the feet of the devotee, how great it is. So Prataprudya Maharaj could understand. That's why he could easily resolve this apparent conflicting situation. भाग्यवान तुम्ही यार हस्तस्पर्श होइला, हमारा भाग्य नहीं तुम्ही कृतार्थ होइला. When we understand the glorious position of a devotee, we can tolerate the incidental shortcomings of that devotee. Apparently, now what Srivas Thakur did, it may not be right from the highest Vaishnava standards, but Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vidyena Bhujai. He was absorbed in taking darshan of Lord Sri Chaitanya. He could not even understand why this person is troubling me. He didn't understand Prataprudra Maharaj is, I'm blocking his darshan. So therefore it is very easy to judge someone, but we should never ever judge a Vaishnava. Why he has behaved in certain way, it is very difficult to understand. Vaishnavera Kriya Mudra Vidyehana Bhujai. So that's how this wonderful, inconceivable pastime is happening here. And Pratapruta Maharaj didn't tell anyone, he didn't make a scene out of it. Harichandran also became pacified. He didn't tell anything. And everyone was really happy, astonished, seeing the darshan of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he's dancing. And what to speak of devotees, even Lord Jagannath was happy. He was smiling. Sometimes the car would come to a standstill because Lord wanted to see the dance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jagannath was very happy. Balram, Subhadra Maya, they all were happy, ecstatic, seeing the darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he's dancing. And then the Lord exhibits wonderful ecstatic symptoms. Uddanda Nritte Prabhur Adbhuta Vikar, Ashta Satvika Bhava Udaya Hay Samakal. Adbhuta Vikar. And very, very wonderful transformations started appearing in the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ashta Satvik Vikar. All the 8 ecstatic symptoms. Mamsavarna Samaroma Vrindapulakit Shimulira Vrikshayena Kantaka Veshtit. His entire skin was erupted with goosebumps. Not small goosebumps like we have when we are experiencing some excitement. Shimulira Vrikshayena. Shimuli is a kind of, Prabhupada writes, silk cotton tree. It has small eruptions, like, some small uh, thorns on the entire trunk. Shimulira Vrikshayena Kantaka Veshtit. Mahaprabhu's entire body was in that situation. His skin was full of those goosebumps, the big goosebumps. And as he is singing, his teeth would start chattering. Just like we may have experienced when there is intense cold, teeth chatter. And Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy, his teeth would chatter so loudly, people would fear that teeth would fall out. It was so loud. His entire body was full of perspiration, not just sweat. Blood was oozing out of the skin pores. He was not able to speak properly, faltering of the voice. He would say, Jajaga, Jaga, Jaga, Jajaga, Jajaga. He was not able to speak Jagannath. He was in that ecstatic symptom. And ordinary tears, they just drop down, gliding on the cheeks. His tears come out forcefully like a syringe. Whoever is surrounding Mahaprabhu, they would be wet with the tears of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sometimes his complexion would change from black to pink, like a mallika flower. He would become pink. Sometimes he would stun, sometimes he would roll on the ground, and sometimes his hands and legs would become as hard as wood. कभू भूमे पड़े कभू श्वास होए हीन यहाँ देखी भक्त गणेर प्राण होए क्षीण. Sometimes he would jump high, fall on the ground. Sometimes he would stop breathing. And for devotees, it was a painful thing to see. Devotees like to see the Lord in blissful situation, happy mood, always enjoying. Of course, Mahaprabhu is enjoying these ecstatic symptoms, but the external manifestations are not so blissful. So devotees, they were very sad. Prana hoy shina. Water would flow from his eyes, from his nostrils. Sometimes foam would come out of his mouth. There was one devotee, his name was Shubhananda. This foam, which was ultimate manifestation of the ecstatic symptoms of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the transformation of Mahaprabhu's love and ecstasy. Shubhananda would take that foam and he would eat it. Say, Phenalaya Shubhananda Koila Pan, Krishna Prema Rasikate Ho Mahabhagyavan. He was very fortunate. Krishna Prema Rasikate Ho. He was expert in relishing the mellows of ecstatic love. So he took that. And he also became most fortunate. So these are the wonderful ecstatic symptoms Mahaprabhu exhibited. So we'll stop here. We'll continue next time. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Anybody has any questions? Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitāmrita ki jai.